What if I told you there is a version of golf that is easier to learn, less expensive, and a lot quicker to play? You still get to go outside and whack balls with sticks, but this is park golf. And 5 years ago, we set out to build one of the very few park golf courses in the United States called Wormburner Park Golf right here in Logan, Ohio at our campground, Campbell Cove. It's February. I've got a month and a half before the park golf season starts. It's still freezing out, so today I'm just going to explain a little bit about what park golf is and how Wormburner Park Golf went from being a weird little side project at our campground to having over 170 park golf players in a single day. So what is park golf? Park golf was invented in Japan over 40 years ago. The goal was simple: create a version of golf that anyone could play. From kids to grandparents, beginners to more experienced players, without need for a huge amount of land and without need for a bunch of equipment. So here's how it works. You use one ball and one club. The club, you can see here, it's kind of shaped like a driver, but it's the length of a putter, and it has zero angle to the face there. And then you use a single ball. It's about the size of a pool ball. It's made of a hard plastic resin. Holes are usually between 30 and 100 yards. The cup is bigger. It's about 8 inches. And you play on grass. You still got to give the ball a pretty good whack, but it doesn't really leave the ground. Park golf is a mix between traditional golf and mini golf. I like to call it the pickleball of golf. A round of park golf lasts about an hour, and it's simple. You're just walking out in the park, whacking the ball towards the hole, laughing with your friends. It's a good time. And the thing is, once you play it, you think to yourself, why aren't these courses everywhere? So I grew up playing traditional golf, going to golf camp every summer, playing in the yard with my brother. We'd build our own courses. In college, I discovered disc golf, which, is a similar style game. Get the disc to the hole in as few shots as possible. Really what I love is just competing against myself and against the course, and trying to improve. So any type of golf sport is gonna appeal to me. Then we're building this campground here in Logan, and on a disc golf YouTube tournament I was watching, they mentioned park golf, and that really piqued my interest. What's this new golf game that I've never heard of? So I YouTube it, and it's perfect. It's a simple game that anyone can play. It's like putt-putt or pickleball. Anybody can pick it up. And it needs very little space. The exact amount of space that we had in this little corner of the campground that wasn't being used. It was just perfect timing that I discovered this game for myself. And we thought, we've got the space, and we love golf games, so let's check this out. So it's 2019. I've just discovered this game, and I ordered some clubs. I think I got like 4 of them, a couple balls, and we built a course in my parents' yard. No big investment. We just bought clubs, balls, and cut the grass. I think we used buckets for the holes. Just sat the buckets on top of the ground and aimed for the buckets. About a month later, I discovered that the only other course in the United States was just a 6-hour drive from our home in Logan, up near Niagara Falls, Destroyer Park Golf. So my dad, who is always down for an adventure to go check out something new, we got in the car, we drove up to Destroyer, played around, and drove home that same day. And we knew, we've got to build a course. So for the campground, this game, park golf, just made sense. We already had the land. We already had mowing equipment. We already had staff there at the campground to run the place. So really the only investment we had here at the beginning was balls, clubs, holes. We bought holes and flags, and then a bunch of grass seed. And that was basically it, compared to, an actual traditional golf courses, like, doesn't even compare. So in 2021, the campground had been expanded. We had the space. Now I could design the course. We had 2.8 acres, which is kind of on the small side for a Japanese course, but we made it work. So I took my drone up, took a picture from looking straight down. I got on my computer, made out the sketch of how I thought the holes should lay out, and gave that to my brother. He mowed it all into the field out there. He kind of scalped all the fairways, leveled them out a little bit, put down grass seed, and we had an 18-hole park golf course. Our original version did not have tee pads. You didn't hit from the tee, straight from the grass. We shaped all of the holes with kind of really tall grass from the field. So that kind of acted as a natural out of bounds. I didn't know, if people were going to be hitting the ball everywhere. So I kind of wanted that tall grass separating the holes so that it would slow down the ball if it was, hit astray. And I didn't have out of bounds stakes. So yeah, it was just if you hit it in the tall grass, that's out of bounds. It was all very raw, very simple, but honestly, it was awesome. So we actually opened to the public July 2021. And to be honest, that first season, the first 2 seasons really, were very, very slow. That was okay for me. I mean, we didn't really know what to expect in the beginning, but it was very slow. Not a big deal. It was all extra income for the campground every little bit. And like I said, the investment was so small, we still made the money back that we put into the course that first season. But the hard part was getting people to know what is park golf. People had no idea. Still have no idea. That's why I'm making this video. People would come in thinking it was a putt-putt course, or thinking that they need to bring their own clubs. They say, I didn't bring my clubs. You don't need your clubs. We got the clubs. But we had built something that nobody had ever heard of, and we were trying to get the word out. Then in 2023, it was the beginning of our 3rd season, that all kind of changed. Channel 10 TV had heard about our course through Facebook ads, and they aired the story during the Memorial Golf Tournament, PGA. It was a big deal. So that story aired in June 2023, and it kind of went viral on Facebook. Before that story, our biggest day ever was about 40 people. 2 weeks later, after the story, we had a Saturday with 170 people. I was away on vacation. I wasn't there to help, but the folks at camp, they took care of it. So with all these new people playing, with this little bit of success, we were able to upgrade the course a little bit. I put in tee pads and tees. We put in OB stakes, so you actually knew when you were out of bounds now. And at the beginning of the next season, I was able to put in turf greens, which helped with the lawn care tremendously. And with so many new players, and all that tall grass we had in the beginning, we were losing a ton of balls, so we ended up actually getting rid of a lot of the OB, opening up the course a little bit more, making it even more accessible to people. So the course evolved from kind of like just a bunch of mowed grass in the field to something that was a little bit more polished. I'm still working on that, still working on the polish. Since then, in 2024 and 2025, we have hosted many fundraiser tournaments, and I've started my own 2 singles tournaments, the Ohio State Park Golf Championships and the Wormburner Open. Every year, the Wormburner Open's champion, men and women, I plant a tree in their honor. My silly little long-term goal is that Wormburner Park Golf is open long enough and has so many champions that by the time I'm ready to retire, we're playing park golf in the shade out there. And the park golf course isn't just a little weird experiment for me anymore. It's an important part of our campground business, and it's growing a community. We've got players that play every week in league. people that come to every tournament, people that come to our tournaments and then travel to other courses. Now there's several courses now. We've got people from other courses that come in and play our tournaments. Kids and families, they all come out and play. Campers return to our campground because they want to play park golf. 2026 is going to be our 6th season with Wormburner. So this thing started as kind of like a little YouTube discovery for me. Became an experiment in my parents' yard and moved on to being like a low budget idea for the campground. And now it's an important part of our business. And it's become one of the Hocking Hills' more unique attractions. So that's park golf. It's one club, one ball, 18 holes, and anybody can play. So if you're ever in Logan, Ohio, in the Hocking Hills, stop by Campbell Cove Campground, Wormburner Park Golf, play around at park golf. If you're not around here, get on the internet, ipgaa.com. You can find other courses all over the U.S. now. And you can find out a bunch of more information about the game. So like I said, I've got about a month and a half before the season starts. We got a lot of work to do. I'll get to it, and maybe I'll make some more videos along the way with that process.